If you hate doing presentations, if you want to speed things up when it comes to preparing slide decks, or you just want to simplify your life when it comes to preparing various kinds of presentations for different purposes, internal, external, public speaking, whatever, then I think that this video might be pretty helpful for you. So in order to actually start with doing anything, we are going to need two things. So first and foremost, you are going to need ChatGPT, which will help you to prepare the content for the presentation. And you are going to need a tool that is called Gamma. It's under the URL Gamma.app. So both of these things right now that I'm going to use are free of charge. So I'm using the basic ChatGPT model. So you're not going to pay for any tools. Of course, you can use in order to have the enhanced features, paid plans, but that doesn't have to be necessary. So first and foremost, I'm going to prepare with ChatGPT some content for my presentation. And to simplify things and to just provide you with an overview, I prepared a prompt that says that I'm going to need you to provide me with an instruction for creating a presentation titled 5 Benefits of Email Marketing. And the presentation targets entrepreneurs with revenue between blah, 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 and instruction that should contain number of each slide with its title, heading with the main topic of the slide, content for the slide with engaging and informative information at the same time, data, interesting facts, and relevant information. I want you to mix and match the styles of slides so the presentation can be visually appealing. Also, make sure to keep the amount of text small. As you can see, the prompt is pretty simple, but at the same time, it gives the ChatGPT pretty on point and very detailed instruction on how the structure of the text should look like. And I recommend you to do similar things when it comes to prompting AI for doing basically anything, but the descriptions for presentations in particular. So we are going to click and we are going to see what ChatGPT is going to provide us with. In the meantime, the Gamma app is pretty straightforward. You can create multiple things based on either the prompt that you will write within the app or importing the file, pasting in the text. We're going to work with the one right now that I'm using. So we are going to work with the prompt from ChatGPT or description from ChatGPT. So what I'm doing right now is I'm copy pasting the information that ChatGPT has provided to me. Of course, I recommend you to read it pretty thoroughly, make sure that you have the things that you want and so on and so forth. This is just a demonstration. And I'm going to go to Gamma app. I'm going to click create new here in the upper left corner. And then I'm going to go for paste in text. I'm going to paste in the description from ChatGPT. And here at the bottom, you can choose whatever you want. So you can create a presentation, you can generate a web page, which is also pretty awesome. So if you happen to work with some client to provide them with some information about how the web page could look like, this is also pretty interesting thing to do the wireframing, or prepare a document, social post, and so on. Let's stick with the presentation, of course. We are going to click continue right now. And here, as you can see, it automatically has divided the content for the slides. And here you can, of course, change the things. You can change the amount of text that you want. You can change the amount of text per card. You can change the vibe and the tone of the thing. You can also change the language. This is pretty awesome because I've created presentations in Polish, which is not top 3 languages in the world for the purposes of various presentations. And I think that this worked just fine. So if you happen to need a presentation in a different language, this tool could also help you. And you can, of course, choose between the free form presentation and a card by card. I'm going to go with a slide deck, with a classic slide deck, and I'm going to click to continue without making any changes whatsoever.
If you would like to get more valuable information about B2B sales and marketing, join our email broadcast, where we share resources with valuable information, marketing tricks and case studies of successful campaigns, proven scenarios for B2B sales, useful tools, and a ton more to help you improve your sales and marketing game and generate more leads.
And here on the next screen, you are going to choose the framework, the actual theme for the presentation. You can go with darker, you can go with more brighter, and so on and so forth. So a lot of things are available here. These look pretty similar, to be honest with you, but at the same time, you can, in the paid version, configure this. You can add your brand colors, you can add fonts, and so on. I have used, by the way, the paid version also, and it works like a charm. So let's stick with this one, with the dark one. I'm going to click generate right now. And what the tool does is, as you can see on the go, it prepares the slide deck based on the description. So it generates you with a lot of different things based on what you have described in the actual description at the very beginning. As you can see here, it creates images, it creates various elements of the slide. And if you happen to not like certain elements of the slide, you can just play around with it. So you can set it into breaking this into bullet points or trying a different layout. If you will try a different layout, then this particular slide will be reworked according to your needs. So you don't have to move things around, you don't have to be very detailed about it. You can just add simple things in order to change and play around with it. So as you can see, the tool is pretty straightforward when it comes to the complexity of it, but at the same time, it provides you with a lot of things out of the box. So if you happen to be in a rush, this can be a great fix to have the slide deck ready on the go. But at the same time, it can be a good base for providing your audience with something more visually appealing than the standard templates that you can find in PowerPoint. And of course, you can share this in various different formats and sizes, and you can export to PDF, you can export to PowerPoint, you can export to Google Slide, you can do the PNG space in that. So if I will click the export to PowerPoint, it will create a file for me. And as you can see, the file is downloaded. I'm going to show it on the screen right now. And as you can see, the PowerPoint presentation in here is pretty much done. So if you happen to want to change anything, it's editable within the PowerPoint on the slides. So it's prepared in a pretty good way when it comes to the AI work. So it's nothing, the ChatGPT comes nowhere near, at least at the moment of recording this video, nowhere near this tool when it comes to preparing the slide deck. So this is very good, and I would say it's a great base for editing for the further work if you would like to reshape or reformat anything with your presentation. So that's it when it comes to this simple instruction. I hope I just saved you a couple of dozens of hours of your time. If it was interesting, then make sure to subscribe to our channel to find more useful information about tools, about marketing, and about sales in general. Thanks for watching, and have a great rest of your day.